Hi, I'm Jim Pierce with Baton Investing. Every day, people like you come to us when they realize that their current investment process just isn't working. We give them an easy-to-use system that has beaten the S&P 500 index by more than 300% since 2003, takes just 30 seconds a month to use, and most importantly, will help you achieve your financial dreams. Now, today's free stock tip is a company called Sasol Ltd, one of the largest energy companies in Africa. It mines coal, distributes natural gas, and manufactures chemical byproducts from those materials. And by the way, the continent of Africa is presently growing its gross domestic product by about 4%, which is about twice the rate it's growing at here in the United States. Now normally I only talk about one of our 10 methodologies when recommending a stock, but in this case Sasol scores highly according to 3 of the all-time great investors. So I'm going to mention all 3 of them. Now the first is Benjamin Graham, sometimes known as the father of value investing, and Graham was Warren Buffett's mentor. As a value investor, Graham wanted to see, among other things, that a company's long-term debt divided into its net current assets was less than 100%. In other words, they had more net current assets than they did long-term debt. In the case of Sasol, that's only 49%, so it's below half of Graham's limit. So that's its first check mark. The second is Peter Lynch, the famous Fidelity mutual fund manager. He wanted to see something called the PEG ratio, which is the price to earnings to growth ratio, and he wanted to see that a company was growing its earnings at a faster rate than the stock market was valuing them. So he wanted to see a PEG ratio of less than 1.0, and in the case of Sasol, it's 0.35, well beneath Lynch's limit. So that's the second check mark for this company. And then the third is Warren Buffett, and among other things, he likes to see return on total capital greater than 12% over the past 3 years as well as the past 10. And in the case of Sasol, its 3-year growth rate is 17% and its 10-year rate's just slightly less than that. So here's a company that checks the main boxes for Benjamin Graham, Peter Lynch, and Warren Buffett. In fact, it's a perfect score from Ben Graham, an almost perfect score of 93%, and a very high score of 86% from Buffett. In addition to all of that, its current dividend yield is about 3.5%, and the company has recently stated that it intends to continue raising its dividend every year, as it has for the past 5 years. The symbol is SSL. It's currently trading in the mid-30s, and we think it's a buy all the way up to 40. So Sasol Ltd is the stock tip today. Now, Sasol is just one of 10 stock holdings in the current Baton portfolio. Every month we identify the 10 highest scoring stocks out of the more than 6,000 that trade on the major U.S. exchanges and rebalance our portfolio accordingly. If you want to know more about how the Baton system works, just visit the batoninvesting.com website and click on How It Works. There's also a 3-question assessment that will help you determine if Baton's right for you. We can only help about half the people that come to us, but maybe you're one of them. So go to batoninvesting.com today, and I'll see you again soon with another free stock tip.